What's up, guys? Well, we're back in Harris County, Texas, with, as you can see, former Harris County detention officer and former inmate accused in luxury car fraud scheme. And they're saying the one of the vehicles was rented from a fleet, whatever, and they used a fake Facebook account and stolen law enforcement identification. Now, it says that this Stevie Mosley, which is a female, was a detention officer. This says stolen law enforcement identification. Now, typically, I know here in North Carolina, they have basic law enforcement training, and then they have detention officer training. They're two separate entities. Also, I know sometimes individuals will go through basic law enforcement training and then work in the jail until a position becomes available. But the two aren't interchangeable. Either you're a law enforcement officer or you're a detention officer once your training is complete. You see where I'm going with that? Anyway, Stevie Mosley and an inmate apparently worked together to make some money on the side, and we're going to get into this. Also, I'd like to note 80% of people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. Click the button and we will move along. So here's where we're at. We'll come back to this in a minute. Investigators are looking into an elaborate scheme involving a luxury vehicle, a fake Facebook account, and stolen law enforcement identification. Now, a former Harris County detention officer and a former inmate who investigators say she was working with are on the run. And this was from a couple months ago. We'll get to present day here in a minute. I mean, I trusted a police officer. She wasn't. And said a man who court documents have identified as a victim in the case. The news is not identifying him because he fears retaliation. The badge from the Harris County Sheriff's Office is what a Northwest Houston man says convinced him to buy a car on Facebook Marketplace. A 2022 Lexus, only $10,000. Wow, buyer beware. A, you're on Facebook Marketplace, and two, a 2022 Lexus for $10,000. Also, I would like to note, no title. Do not feel sorry for these people. Do not buy. I know in North Carolina, it's actually, I haven't researched all states, but here in North Carolina, it's actually illegal for you to sell a vehicle without a title. I'm just throwing that out there. $10,000 for a 2022 Lexus. I'm just saying. She's in a uniform, badge, name tag, everything, he explained. He said a woman who identified herself as Stevie Mosley met him in an apartment complex on Washington Avenue. He said she offered up a white Lexus and even took him for a test drive. He said he trusted her, so he sent over money and took the Lexus home. Matter of fact, he didn't learn his lesson. No title. He was so happy with his purchase, he said he later sent over even more money for another car, thinking there was no way the car could have been stolen. Please stop. I mean, people stealing cars, it's like in the alleyway, quick, that kind of stuff. They tell you that it's stolen. That way you're not tricked into thinking that you're buying something legit, he said. But according to court records, Mosley and a woman named Andrea Johnson, who is a former inmate at the jail, had rented the Lexus from Top Tier Fleet, a local company that leases luxury vehicles. The investigator said the two women then sold their rental car, the white Lexus. The rental company owner said he didn't know what had happened until he became suspicious and used a switch to turn off the car. The man who had thought he owned the car said he had it towed to the Lexus dealership, confused why it wasn't working. Deputies soon arrived. Imagine that. When you learn the system, people find ways to find loopholes around it. Whoever this is, a partner at Top Tier Fleet, said, both Mosley and Johnson have now been charged with fraud. It could happen to anybody. If you're looking for opportunity and something like this presents itself and it looks like it's from the government, the man said, that's the last people you should trust is government. Also, these cars had no titles. The price should have been a red flag, and the no title should have sent you walking in the other direction. But no, the Harris County Sheriff's Office released the following statement on the incident. Mosley resigned her position as a detention officer on April 25th while under internal affairs investigation for fraternization with a jail inmate. On May 1st, the sheriff's Administrative Disciplinary Committee determined that Mosley violated the fraternization policy and recommended that she not be eligible for rehire. Former employees are required to turn in their uniform and equipment upon their separation from the agency. However, Mosley did not do so. We recently recovered her uniform and her badge. Mosley is accused of committing felony fraud along with Andrea Johnson. Both women remain wanted at this time. So, no.
Investigators say they're looking for a former Harris County detention officer accused in an elaborate scheme involving luxury vehicles, fake social media accounts, and stolen law enforcement identification.
A former inmate who investigators say the former officer was working with are on the run. And as our Pooja Lodia shows us, the victim says the former officer used her old law enforcement badge to gain trust.
That victim says he is now out more than $18,000. We agreed not to identify him.
That's his own fault because he bought the first car for $10 and then thought, wow, this is too good to be true. Let me just buy another one with no title. Don't feel sorry for these people. Sorry.
Because he is afraid of retaliation. But he says he wanted to share his story because he wants to warn others.
I mean, like, just a police officer.
This badge from the Harris County Sheriff's Office is what this Northwest Houston man says convinced him to buy a car on Facebook Marketplace. A 2022 Lexus, only $10,000.
She's in the uniform, she badge, name tag, everything.
He says a woman who identified herself as Stevie Mosley met him at this complex on Washington Avenue. He says she offered up this white Lexus and even took him for a test drive. He says he trusted her, so he sent over money and took the Lexus home. He was so happy with his purchase. He says he later sent over even more money for another car, thinking there's no way the car could have been stolen.
He's already thinking, there's no way this car's stolen, right? Yet he sends over more money for another car.
People stealing cars. It's like, meet me in the back of the alleyway, then, quickly, that kind of stuff. They'll tell you it's stolen. That way you're not like tricked that you're buying something legit.
Investigators say it wasn't legit. According to court records, Mosley and a woman named Andrea Johnson, who was a former inmate at the jail, had rented the Lexus from Top Tier Fleet, a local company that leases luxury vehicles. Investigators say the two women then sold their rental car, this Lexus. The rental company owner says he didn't know what had happened until he got suspicious and used a switch to turn off the car. The man who thought he now owned the car said he had it towed to the Lexus dealership, confused about why it wasn't working. Deputies soon arrived.
People ask, like, who did I buy it from? Stevie Mosley. Here's our pictures. He's the officer. Who did you rent it to? Stevie Mosley.
When you learn the system, people find ways to find loopholes around it,
Both Mosley and Johnson have now been charged with fraud.
It could happen to anybody. Like if you're looking for opportunity and something like this presents itself and it looks like it's from the government.
A spokesperson from the Harris County
So if it looks like it's from the government, it's supposed to be more legit, please stop.
Sheriff's Office tells us investigators were able to find Mosley's badge and uniform yesterday, but they still haven't found her or Johnson. Pooja Lodia, ABC 13.
Thank you, Pooja. Well, guess who they found?
Only on Fox tonight, a former Harris County detention officer already charged with theft allegedly sold another car that she didn't own to a young couple who are now out $7,000.
Another couple, $7,000 for a 2019 Charger, $7,000. Again, no title. Don't feel sorry for these people. They have a GoFundMe set up for these people. No, do not donate to that.
Fox 26's Randy Wallace has this exclusive.
Car dealers say what former HCSO detention officer Stevie Mosley is accused of doing is a growing problem. It should make people think twice before buying a vehicle through Facebook Marketplace. Stevie Mosley resigned from the Harris County Sheriff's Office.
This one looks like trouble. I'm sorry.
Last April in the midst of an internal affairs investigation. Police say Mosley sold a 2022 Lexus for just $10,000 on Facebook Marketplace, a deal this man says he couldn't pass up. Stevie Mosley has on a Harris County uniform.
Full uniform with the vest. I mean, you would think she just walked out of the jail.
Did she tell you that she was a law enforcement officer?
Yes.
She sold us a car that she does not even own.
Back in June, Noe and Lachey Mendoza say they bought a 2019 Charger they saw on Facebook Marketplace for...
That doesn't seem a little suspicious. A 2019 Charger for $7,000. Sorry, I don't have a title.
For just $7,000.
We reached out. She said $7,000 was enough. We could meet up, take it for a test drive, and we did it, and we liked it. Car checked out, and we bought it.
The owners of Mario Used Cars in Pasadena told us Mosley made a down payment on the car, but no payments. Dealerships say this kind of scam is a growing problem. People are selling vehicles on Facebook Marketplace they don't even own. Buyers should beware when the price sounds too good to be true.
She had the correctional
And no title.
detention center jacket with her, so we thought, okay, she seems trustworthy, you know. I doubt that someone with, you know, working for the detention center and giving us her ID would be doing anything weird like that. So we thought everything was cool.
Well, basically lost $7,000 in the deal.
Yes.
That's a lot of money to lose.
Yes, we just had a baby. We have a 13-year-old too. We're trying to support our family. I'm not working right now, so that $7,000 was a hard loss.
Stevie Mosley is currently free from jail on a $10,000 bond.
Free from jail on a $10,000 bond. I think her bond should be at least the amount of money she ripped off from these people. And doubled.
If you'd like to help the Mendozas, I've got their GoFundMe on my Facebook page. Randy Wallace, Fox 26.
Thank you, Randy. No, do not give money to that GoFundMe for these people that were too damn dumb to A, think the price wasn't suspicious, but no title. They had no titles for any of these vehicles. Please stop. Anyway, that's where we're at with this one. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Also, again, 80% of people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. Click the button and we'll move along. Let me know what you think about this one, and I'm out.